Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're discussing a crucial topic, which is how to meet the needs of our Aboriginal students, whether they're in urban settings or remote and regional areas. We're going to explore strategies for focusing on physical environments, language support and curriculum, and I'll also explain the educational theories behind these approaches. So let's dive right in. So we can see meeting the needs of Aboriginal students is a multifaceted approach that respects and integrates their cultural heritage into the educational experience. So we're going to outline specific strategies that focus on their physical environment, the curriculum, and the language. And these strategies are underpinned by educational theories that emphasize the importance of cultural relevance and community engagement in learning. So we're first going to talk about the physical environment of our schools. This might seem like a small detail, but it's incredibly important for creating a welcoming and supportive learning space. So in our urban settings, one effective strategy is to incorporate Aboriginal artwork, symbols and artefacts within the classroom and school grounds. This visual representation helps Aboriginal students feel seen and respected. Additionally, setting up dedicated cultural areas like yarning circles or cultural gardens, it provides a space where students can engage in traditional activities and storytelling. In our remote and regional areas, leveraging the natural environment is key. So outdoor learning spaces can offer hands-on experiences, and that gets the students connected with the land and aligns with traditional Aboriginal ways of knowing. Furthermore, ensuring that school facilities can be used for community events helps to reinforce the bond between the school and community. Why this matters? So creating a physical environment that reflects and respects Aboriginal culture helps to support the students' identity and belonging, which we know is crucial for their well-being and academic success. This approach is grounded in the Vygotsky sociocultural theory, which the theory highlights the importance of social and cultural context in learning. According to Vygotsky, learning is inherently social and cultural, and by embedding cultural elements into the physical environment, we provide a context that is familiar and supportive for Aboriginal students. Then we go on to the language. So we're discussing the role of language in education. Urban settings. In urban areas, we can support Aboriginal languages through bilingual programs, and this allows students to learn in both English and their native language. So incorporating language lessons into the curriculum and involving community members as language teachers can also be very effective. And then we have remote and regional settings. So we're focusing on a dual language instruction, so using both English and the local Aboriginal language can be particularly beneficial. So this supports language preservation and cognitive development. Additionally, cultural immersion programs where students engage deeply with their language and culture. And usually this is guided by elders and community leaders, and that can make a huge difference as well. So language is central to cultural identity and cognitive development. The funds of knowledge theory recognizes the valuable knowledge and skills that students bring from their cultural backgrounds, and it supports incorporating their native languages into education. So by validating and supporting students' native languages, we enhance their sense of identity and belonging, while also improving cognitive development and academic performance. Okay, so we're moving on to the curriculum. So in urban schools, it's essential to integrate Aboriginal perspectives across all the subjects. So this means inclusive lesson plans that reflect the histories, the cultures and contributions of Aboriginal peoples. Collaborative projects that explore Aboriginal history and contemporary issues can also enrich this learning experience. So when we go into our remote and regional settings, we're co-designing the curriculum with local Aboriginal communities. This ensures that the content is relevant and respects the local knowledge and practices. We have place-based learning, so this utilises the local environment and traditional knowledge, and it can be particularly impactful. This might include lessons on traditional ecological knowledge or local land management practices. So this is important. Oh God, why is it not? There we go. So the curriculum that reflects Aboriginal perspectives and knowledge systems is more engaging and relevant for the Aboriginal students. So culturally responsive pedagogy supports this approach, and it emphasises the use of cultural knowledge and experiences to make learning more effective. So this pedagogical approach helps in creating a curriculum that is not only inclusive, but also deeply engaging for the students, and it connects their education with their lived experiences and cultural backgrounds. So how do we implement these cultural appropriate strategies? So when we build relationships and community engagement in urban settings, we usually collaborate with local Aboriginal organisations, and we involve parents and community members in school activities and decision-making processes. When we go to remote settings, we develop strong partnerships with the elders and community members to co-create educational content and cultural programs, and we respect and integrate community calendars and significant cultural events into the school schedule. We have professional development for educators. So we provide ongoing cultural competency training for teachers and staff. This helps ensure that they understand and respect Aboriginal cultures and pedagogies. This is in urban settings. And then for the remote, we offer immersion experiences for educators to learn directly from the community, and this helps them gain first-hand understanding of cultural practices and community dynamics. So student-centered learning approaches. We utilise culturally responsive teaching methods that recognise and build on students' cultural strengths. We implement project-based learning that connects with Aboriginal history and contemporary issues. In remote, we incorporate experiential and place-based learning that is aligned with Aboriginal pedagogies. We basically focus on learning through stories, land-based education, and community projects. So why this matters? These strategies foster an inclusive and supportive learning environment, which enhances both academic and personal growth for Aboriginal students. Culturally responsive pedagogy and Vygotsky's sociocultural theory both highlight the importance of cultural relevance and community involvement in education, and by adopting these strategies, we create a learning environment that is not only inclusive, but also deeply respectful and supportive of Aboriginal students' cultural identities. So in conclusion, just to wrap up our little vlog today, meeting the needs of Aboriginal students effectively requires a commitment to culturally responsive and inclusive education practices. So by thoughtfully considering physical environments, language and curriculum, and by implementing culturally appropriate strategies, we can create educational spaces where Aboriginal students thrive both academically and culturally. So these approaches are grounded in educational theories that emphasize cultural relevance and community engagement, and they ensure that our schools are places of respect, learning and growth for all students. Awesome. Thanks guys, thanks for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment and subscribe for more content on inclusive education. Next time we'll be going over teaching philosophy and ASIL standards. See you next time. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to share my teaching philosophy, and we're going to discuss the critical importance of the ASIL graduate standards, specifically standards 1.4 and 2.4. So I'll also talk about how I plan to become a culturally responsive teacher and drawing on what I've learned in the unit EDN353. So let's get started. So my teaching philosophy centers around three core principles. These are inclusivity, engagement, and empowerment. Inclusivity means creating an environment where every student feels welcomed and respected, regardless of their cultural, linguistic, or socioeconomic background. It's about recognizing and valuing the diversity within the classroom and ensuring that each student's unique perspective is acknowledged and celebrated. This includes adapting teaching methods and materials to be culturally relevant and accessible to all students. Engagement is about making learning meaningful and relevant to students. So this involves using teaching strategies that are interactive and student-centered. encouraging students to take an active role in their learning, and connecting the curriculum to students' interests and cultural backgrounds helps to foster a deeper connection to the material and motivate students to engage fully in their education. With empowerment, we focus on giving students the tools and confidence to take charge of their own learning. So it's about creating opportunities for students to develop critical thinking skills. These include self-efficacy and a sense of agency. Empowering students also involves encouraging them to share their cultural knowledge and experiences, so thereby it enriches the learning environment for all students. So let's explain what the AITSL standards are. So we have standard 1.4. This is strategies for teaching Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students. It emphasises understanding and implementing teaching strategies that meet the needs of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students. It's about recognising the cultural backgrounds of these students and adapting our teaching methods to support their learning effectively. In Standard 2.4, we understand and respect Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people to promote reconciliation between the Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians. So the standard focuses on promoting reconciliation by respecting and incorporating Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander histories and cultures into our teaching. It's about fostering an environment of mutual respect and understanding. Okay, so becoming a culturally responsive teacher. So I plan to become a culturally responsive teacher through engaging with Aboriginal communities. So by building relationships with local Aboriginal communities and involving them in the educational process, we can help ensure that the curriculum is relevant and respectful of their cultural knowledge and traditions. In integrating Aboriginal perspectives into the curriculum, so incorporating Aboriginal histories, cultures and perspectives across all subjects. So this not only enriches the learning experience, but also helps all students appreciate and respect cultural diversity.
Okay, so continuously improving my cultural competence through professional development. This includes attending workshops, training sessions and cultural immersion programs to deepen my understanding and respect for Aboriginal cultures. With student-centered learning, so using teaching methods that recognise and build on students' cultural strengths. This involves creating a student-centered learning environment where students feel empowered to share their cultural knowledge and experiences. The underpinning... This is not working now. So the underpinning theories and learnings. So my approach is deeply influenced by Vygotsky's social cultural theory, which emphasises the importance of social and cultural context in learning. It highlights that learning is a collaborative process, and by incorporating students' cultural backgrounds into the learning process, we provide a context that is familiar and supportive for Aboriginal students. Additionally, culturally responsive pedagogy underlines the importance of using students' cultural experiences as a foundation for learning. It advocates for teaching practices that recognise and utilise the cultural knowledge and identities of students as assets in the educational process. So just to wrap things up, embracing the AITSL Graduate Standards 1.4 and 2.4 is essential for creating an inclusive and equitable educational environment. By becoming a culturally responsive teacher, I can ensure that all students feel valued and supported in their learning journey. And yeah, all good. Thanks for watching. And if you found this video helpful, please like, comment and subscribe for more insights on inclusive education. See you next time. Bye.